Welcome back to another episode of Financial Fix with Sharnella. Today I'm wearing this shirt called Thrive, and that's because today I need a little extra motivation. Most days I'm on point, I'm excited, and I feel like I can conquer anything. But there are some days when I wake up and I feel as if I am not meeting the mark. Um, I've made certain goals for myself that are astronomical, and sometimes I kind of get buried um, in that idea of the dream, and sometimes I start to flounder. So when I put on a shirt like this, Thrive, it reminds me that I am not comfortable with just surviving. I don't want to earn just enough money to pay my bills just so I can turn around and do it all over again, because as we all know, bills never stop, right? I want a lifestyle where I can pick up and go whenever I want, do whatever I want to do, go vacation whenever I want to vacation, buy the things that I need for my family, buy some of the things that I want. And I'm not saying that I'm not in that position, I'm just not exactly where I want to be. So again, wearing a shirt like Thrive reminds me that I'm not comfortable with just surviving, and you shouldn't either. There is a better opportunity for you in this life. In order to get to where you want to go, you have to create steps. You have to create defined steps that you take in order to reach your dreams. So if you want to acquire $1 million net worth, I'll tell you how I did it. I acquired an education, a sound education that's going to pay you a decent salary. At the time, I had a spouse, so it's a lot easier when you have a spouse and you guys are working together to achieve a financial goal. When you're on the same page, I mean, nothing can stop you, man. You're unstoppable. So whether you're a single person or you're a married couple, you can achieve those goals, but you have to first be on the same page. You have to first acquire an education that allows you to earn an income that is a substantial income. Because I'll be honest with you, if you're earning minimum wage, there's no way, unless you have another skill that's going to provide a vast income for you, there's no way you're going to become a millionaire. You have to have some money, some funds. The key to building $1 million net worth is to have a decent salary. It doesn't necessarily have to be a six-figure salary. If you're a single person, it does help to have a six-figure salary, because that is what's going to help you get to where you want to go. But if it's a couple, the two of you working together, you make a modest salary, maybe $70,000, $80,000 a year, and you set really great goals, such as, number one, you live on one income. If there's two of you, there's no reason why you can't live on one income, especially if you're making somewhere around $70,000, $80,000. Is that going to require some sacrifice? Yes, it will. But the first thing you need to do is focus on your savings. So one person income pays for all the bills. The other person's income is strictly for savings. And that's how I did it over the course of a couple of decades. Yes, it takes a while to acquire $1 million net worth. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And anyone who comes to you with a get-rich-quick scheme, you should probably quickly dismiss them, because what you're likely going to do is invest your money, your time, and your energy into something that likely isn't going to work out for you, and you're going to lose your money, thereby putting you further behind with your goals. So if there's two of you, one of you work to pay the bills, the other of you work to save. And yes, it is a consistent process. You save and then you invest. For most of you with employers, or employer offers a 403B plan, or they offer a traditional or a Roth IRA, I recommend you invest in the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA allows you to invest with after-tax dollars, so that in the future, when you retire, that money, that the interest on your gains is not taxed. So whichever plan you go with, you have to save and you have to invest. And it doesn't hurt to have a side hustle, because that side hustle is also adding to your savings. So once we built a 6-figure savings, we felt like, wow, we pretty much have this thing on target. We pretty much know what to do. We were self-taught because neither of us understood or had the financial literacy back then, or even our families never really talked about financial literacy at all. They never talked about how you should save. They would say to me, okay, Sharnella, you should save. You don't spend everything, but they never really taught me the principles behind how you actually save, the discipline, should I say. They never really taught me the discipline. So discipline is something that came over time. And so I'm saying to you, have a set goal. The moment you get paid, that a portion of your income or all of the second individual's income should be placed into a savings account. You do not touch it. You wait for the right investment. For me, it was private money lending. So as I saved money, I would invest that money into private money lending, which then in turn made anywhere between 12 and 15% interest. In addition to that, years ago, I used to invest in the stock market when I was married previously. And I didn't know much about the stock market, so he really took over with that aspect. That is the one that should be primarily scoping out the different investment ideas, but I always recommend that as a couple, you're comfortable, both of you are comfortable with those ideas. Now, if you're a single person, again, it helps. The more money you make, the faster you're going to get to your goal. That's just the honest truth. If you're making $20 an hour, and I'm not putting down anyone who makes $20 an hour or less, all I'm saying is you need to find a way to have a side hustle in addition to that job while you're working that $20 an hour job. You need to find a side hustle that is going to help you build wealth faster, because that side hustle can then be the money that's used, that you save, that you then put into another investment that's going to make money for you while you sleep. You want an investment in which you don't have to put a whole lot of time and energy into, because maybe you're still working your job and maybe you have your side hustle, so you might already be working 50, 60 hours a week. So again, the key to building wealth is you have to have some money to invest up front. The next thing is you need to invest in vehicles that are going to generate consistent streams of income. And in addition to that, if you can have a side hustle, again, it's creating multiple streams of income. And I know I talk a lot about this because I want to ingrain this in your mind. You can't, I shouldn't say can't, but for most of us, you can't work a job and save and become a millionaire. It's really hard, and it can take decades, and I'm just being honest with you. So I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, but I'm not going to allow myself to get discouraged. I've made a plan. I'm going to stick to that plan, and I'm going to keep working at that plan, keep working at the necessary steps that I have to take in order to get to where I want to be. And I want you to do the same. And some days I do better than others. Some days I'm on point. Some days everything's going great. But I have to remind myself that in order to achieve the goals that I want to achieve, I have to keep working at it. It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take effort. And even when I think my plan isn't coming through, I'm going to still keep working at it. Because I want to leave you with this. If you have the drive, you will thrive. Remember that. So thanks again for watching Financial Fix with Sharnella. And if you desire to hire me as your coach, I would love to do so. Just send me an email, sharnella@sharnellaclark.com. And let's first have your free consultation to find out if you'd be a good candidate for me to coach. But I'll be here for you, and I'll do the best that I can do to help you acquire your dreams. See you on the next episode. And if you like the content that you're watching on this video, then like and subscribe. See you next time.